and welcome to Innovate with Nate. Today we are going to be talking about CubiCasa. It's many of you, have you used it yet? If not, what's going on? There we go. If not, you're going to want to after this because it's a really cool thing. But what it does
I can't
is
hear you, Nate. I don't know if anyone else can, but I can't.
Hold on.
I can hear you fine.
I hear you.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I unmuted or not. Thank you. All right. Very good. Hello, everyone. Let me start over. CubiCasa. We're going to do the floor plans today. We're actually going to have a live demo or a demonstration done by our guy, Steven, who has really perfected these. So he is going to show you some of the cool features about it. Along with this, I'm going to include the how-to link that you get from North Star MLS. So let's get started. So CubiCasa floor plans. It's really easy to use. You just use your smartphone. You walk around the perimeter of your home with your lens on and in the app, and it does the measurements for you. It does a really amazing job. We were just talking in here before the class. I did this room that I'm sitting in, and it got the breakfast bar, it got the bar in the back, and figured out the measurements of the room. It was really kind of cool. Some other agents in the room here have used it in their own home, and it's really spot on. But plans on this. One of the things I found is buyers love them. So this gives you an advantage over some of your competition, perhaps, to put floor plans on there to impress yourself, make you different from the other trades out there. You know what it's like the floor plan lays out. So that's really cool. And the best part about it, I know there's questions out there already, but it's free. And it comes from North Star MLS. We had them out to our office here 2 weeks ago, and they talked a lot about this feature and all of the features that come with the CubiCasa. The other great thing about this is, ladies and gentlemen, this saves money. I went to 50 different photography companies that are in town, and that's the range that I got for them to come in and do a CubiCasa for you. So anywhere from $75 all the way up to $200, and then there are a lot of them, Archipix and some other higher end ones that say, hey, based on square footage, call before making an appointment. So you can save yourself some money, put that money either in your own pocketbook or spend it on the advertising that you do for that. Anyway, and do it. The next slide I have here is going to talk about the different plans that are on there. Oh, it didn't show up as good as I wanted to. Sorry. Let me see if I can zoom. And I got 3 options. The light gives you a 2-dimensional floor plan, so it gives you room dimensions, and it gives you the file in either a PNG or a JPEG. So those are the 2 most things that you want. The PNG you can share on your socials really easy. JPEG is obviously photos. The plus $50 more gives you calculate square footage. So if you don't want to sit and do that, you can spend the $15 to do that. It also gives you custom styling and branding, so you can put your own logo and things on there if you want. For branding purposes, it sends you the same ones, same as a PJ. Basically, and then it gives you a home report and snapshots. And then if you read Matterport type dollhouse type thing that you can do that actually puts fixtures in and things like that. What I mean by fixtures, because I know that'll be one of the questions, is you can actually build this in. So you can do your bar tables, you can do different things like that. And then the Matterport is actually, if you remember these, it's like dollhouse view. So you have those options at your fingertips for you on this. So anything from, if you just want to do the floor plans, that's $0. If you want to start getting a little bit, a little more crazy, where is this going? You can start to do some of the other ones, $15 just for that, or you can splurge and go $65 and have that as well. So it's a great tool to have. It's a great put in your arsenal of tricks and things that stand out for your business. So with that, it's going to be showtime, and I'm going to throw that over to Stephen. And I'm going to unshare my screen so he can share his. But Stephen is nice enough. He's been doing these on his listings and doing them for some of the agents in our office and things like that. So he's got a lot of experience and doing a good job with it. So I'm going to unshare and toss it over to you. Oh, look at you. You got your photo on already too. So there you go, sir. Thanks for doing this, Stephen.
Yeah, absolutely. Glad to be able to do it. So I have it right on my home screen with a little app right there. I'll start out by saying kind of how you go through the house. It'll ask you to kind of point down towards the corners, the lower corners of the room, but then I scan up I kind of go around like this, go really slow. You just scan the whole room, and then it can see the windows and everything else that's in the room. A lot of times I freak out because it'll give me that red warning, you're too close. And every time it's come out perfect. So I haven't been too worried about that. I would encourage to kind of scan your own house if that's the case. And then after you're done scanning, I'll share my screen here. You'll get an email. Hopefully you can see my screen. I think you can. I'll minimize this. So you get an email like this. Your order is complete. So when you hit view my order, this will come up. So this is kind of the layout. It gives you all the different dimensions, what CubiCasa thinks is in that room. This has countertop all right here. So I guess if I wanted to pay for that higher end, I could to show people where the countertop is. Otherwise, it has the measurements here. And some of the cool things about this, once you're in this screen, so downstairs, this is technically not a bedroom, and it originally put it as a bedroom, and I needed to change it. I hit the quick edit. We'll see if it'll be nice. So I changed this to be a craft room. So I highlighted it, selected it, and it'll give you options. You can change whatever you want it to be. So here's all the different options it says it could be. You can put it as a barber or a bar or ballroom, or, it has tons of different options. I put it as a craft room because that's what the sellers had it as. Couple other things. So this is floor 1, which is technically the basement. Floor 2 is the main level. So this is a little learning curve because this moving the screen and everything can be a little challenging. So the garage, and it just added this square footage in it. I didn't want to do that because they put fridges and other things. There's big shelving unit here, so I figured I'd smallen the garage to here. So you can adjust a lot of the different room sizes and stuff, and I think that's really awesome to be able to do. In addition to that, let's see, I'm not a big fan of the scrolling thing. I have to zoom out and zoom in a certain spot. It adds fireplaces. It's, adds the bath, the laundry, closets, has a different foyer area. The cool thing also about this, going back to floor 1, the storage room. I took that as what is it? Storage. But you can change something if you want it to be a part of the finished square foot or not a part of the finished square foot, which is kind of nice if you want to pay for that, the finished square foot total at the end. I think I played around with that somewhere. Oh, here it is. Finished. You can check finished if it's a finished room or not. And it'll add that into that finished square footage of your property. Then you can go floor 3, has all the different rooms. They added this as a bedroom as well. I changed it to an office because it's technically a 4-bed house. Full bath in case it doesn't get, this is a 3/4 bath, so I put primary bedroom bath anyway, and you can hit all floors so you can kind of see it all together, which is kind of nice. But yeah, I'm going to switch back, but does anybody have any questions about CubiCasa?
So, Stephen, we have questions here in the room and online. So I'm going to be the mediator here. All right. Moderator, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's start with just in order here. Avalon from Grand has asked about, are you on the light version?
Yes. Yep, this is light.
And then she says, if you want to add kitchen cabinets, do you need to be signed up ahead of time for the higher level, or can you just add those features a la carte on the light level?
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to scan my own house yesterday. I just didn't get a chance for it because it takes 24 hours for it to come back. I've had it sometimes come back at 20 hours, which is kind of nice, but 4 hours doesn't change much. And it was yesterday afternoon, I just didn't get a chance to scan it. So after you scan it, it'll actually give you an option. You'll hit done scanning, and then it'll give you those options. Do you want to expedite it? I think it's like a 4-hour expedite, so you can get it pretty quickly. I don't remember how much that costs to do the expediting. And then it'll give you those options if you want to do light, if you want to do that. What is the other ones? I can't remember the names of the other ones, but that kind of color-coded one or that 3D one if you want to. So that'll be in after you scan it. If that makes sense.
Yep, we got another question or something coming in here. Hopefully you can hear it.
Yep.
I actually have used, I was just looking at the last one that I used it with Stephen. And actually after I scanned it and then I got it, then it asked if I wanted to upgrade.
Okay.
And so I had received the finished one. So I think it might, so don't quote me, but it asked me like, I've already received it and it's still. Yeah, so there are opportunities to upgrade if you want to do the next level and get more of the amenities that it has. So the features it has.
Because I could upgrade this right now as it is.
It just would take 24 hours.
Avalon and Grand, your question of cabinets, that would be the $15 upgrade if that's what you're looking to things like that. As far as your other question that you get in there is, does it just does interior walls. It does not go to the exterior of the building or anything like that. Yeah, go ahead, Tom.
Looking at that storage room, how do we know if that room is included in the finished square foot calculation or not?
Yep, I can go there right now. Oh, that's third floor. So the first floor, which is the basement, that storage room, you'll see this finished.
Oh.
You can hit that finish button.
Okay. Just don't include this.
Yep,
Wonderful.
correct.
Thank you, Stephen.
Absolutely.
Notice there, Stephen, it gets the height. So this height is 7'9". That's typical. So does the length and the width right to the. very, very cool.
Which it bumps this out, but
yeah. And I liked how too is you have the ability to share. You showed your example of the garage, and it took that airspace that we all put our refrigerators, beer fridges, and stuff like that in, and it can be a bit deceiving. It can add to the square footage of the house. You chose to go just to the garage because I think that makes sense, in my opinion, for people to get their cars in and so on and so forth. And that extra is just bonus.
Mhm.
But you can change that, and the dimensions change as well.
Yep. And
Very
then obviously, if you want to get the height of the ceiling, you do need to go up and down and kind of really, it's like taking a really crazy video of the outside walls. One thing that was challenging with this house that I wasn't sure if it was going to look very nice, and I was a little worried about it. I started here this is the front door and there's a porch here. I've thought about scanning the porch because you can do that and it'll label it as a outdoor front porch or whatever. And then the deck you also can do. You just scan the railing. Obviously, you can scan up to show that there's a roof on this side. But I decided to start here this way. I scan up. I'm trying to show it with my finger and you guys can't see me that way. I scanned up to the top of the window so I could see that there's a bay window here. And then I went around here and then I had to walk this way around the counters and stuff. And I scanned around and I actually ended up going this way, scanning the stage side and going that around this. And there's cabinets here that I scanned. And then I quick switch back over here, scanned the bathroom, the laundry room, went to the garage. You got to make sure that all the doors are open. It'll say don't open doors in front of the camera. So I went through the whole house. I opened all these. This is kind of a accordion door that I opened. And then, sometimes I forgot one or my seller was actually in the room or in the house and she ended up closing some of the doors. So I had to open them back up. But just face the camera this way. So that if this door was closed, face the camera towards this door or towards this area, open it, put your camera in, and then keep going. You can close it after, if that makes sense.
It does. I have another question on the chat here is I want to measure my basement, which has an irregular surface. Looks like a limestone basement. Have you ever measured anything that is an irregular surface, and how accurate is the measurement?
I don't think I've done a limestone or anything basement yet, but I'm assuming they're going to just have, your typical outline to the best of its ability. And that's why CubiCasa has that disclosure. And obviously we put that in the agent remarks, they're deemed accurate, but not reliable, measure it yourself type of thing. So it's going to be straight lines. It's not going to be like this or, the waviness. It's typically going to be a straight line thing.
Okay. And a follow-up question on that is for basements that are unfinished, how accurate does it show that? The measurements to the ceiling? You know how to do that?
This area is unfinished, the utility room. And it puts the ceiling a little higher because, there's no ceiling in it. Right. There's no sheetrock. Thank you. And there's a bunch of utilities in there. So I couldn't get into this back corner because there's a big furnace right here. There's the water heater here, the electrical box here. So trying to get back there, it just kind of gave me a bunch of red warnings and stuff. So it knew just based off of my camera and me scanning the room, it knew that room was unfinished. But that's also, if you're going to pay for the finished square foot, that's why I would probably recommend making sure you uncheck. If it does check it finished, to uncheck the finished place.
You
could also just show how you walk through the house and how simple it actually is.
Yeah.
Show how to start it.
I'm gonna include that. So if you didn't hear that online, is I'm gonna include a how-to video and show you how easy it is, and how to start everything up, that's going to be included in this in a link. But Stephen, tell us, I mean, how long does it take? You got to have the app, it sounds like, and you also need to walk on the outside edge, but tell us what the process is.
So here, I'll go back so I can actually see my screen. So when I start, I hit the button, and I scroll down to this. And it'll give me options, single family house. The house number or whatever. I'll enter that in, and then it'll come up with the screen. I'll hit record. This house I did here took me, I'd say probably 20-30 minutes, because it's a larger house. I really wanted to take my time to I walk pretty slow through it, almost like you're taking a video for social media. Obviously, you're not posting that one because it'll look really goofy. And you just watch it. Make sure, if you get a red warning, you're really close to a wall. Like, this area was pretty tight. I couldn't stand here, face directly towards that wall, because it would just give me a bunch of warnings. So I kind of just stood here, let it scan around, and quickly walk this way, and then just zoom my camera all the way around. So you just got to watch the screen to see it giving you those red warnings, which you will get, because not everybody has massive open spaces. It's going to have some tight spaces. I didn't know if this was going to turn out right here, and it actually turned out great. I was pretty pleased with it. I feel like every time I've done one, I've been worried about if it's actually going to turn out. And every time it seems like it just does a great job. And then I still had my laser measurement, and I just double checked these rooms and checked from wall to wall to make sure that, okay, it is pretty accurate.
Thank you for saying that as your broker.
You're welcome. He paid me.
Question, go ahead, Tom.
Going back to that garage space and adjusting those dimensions. If you were attempting to be a little more accurate, obviously we saw it as kind of a big square. Is it possible to include that space on the front there and not include part of that bedroom, if you know what I mean? Kind of expand it to include that space.
To your right.
Yeah, to the right.
Yeah.
But to not include that space that you're cutting into that bedroom now. Is that, you can't, it's either one or the other, right?
No.
Correct.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think if you want to pay for that,
yeah.
I think if you want to pay for the added, you probably could get it a little bit more accurate, but I just did it this way to be more on the safe side, and people can see when they're in the garage, oh, there's space here, and you can still see it on here. But yeah, it doesn't let you just do a irregular shape from what I've played around and worked with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think for that area that's outside the garage there, if I wanted to, it's just I call it Nate Harrington, that's the beer fridge area. If I wanted to add that in there, could I in the light, or do I need to have the advanced one or the next level up?
I have not used the advanced, so I'm not too sure. I feel like the free version is pretty reasonable when it comes to that. If anything, if you have a regular shape like this, I mean, you probably could go do one of these guys to get that dimension. That way you have that 4x14, and then just add it, multiply it, add it to your finished square foot, or your not finished
Great
square
idea.
foot, sorry.
Look at that. Thank you.
I like that idea.
You got oohs and ahs in this room.
You're welcome.
Two, sort of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The garage 1 is the deeper one. The garage 2 is the not as deep.
Any questions out there from other offices or from agents online?
Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, and if you guys do need help, I'm pretty available. If you guys want me to come over and show you, I'm more than happy to kind of walk it through together in person. More than happy to do that for you.
Got a question here, is still wondering about how the charges work.
Yeah, I've only used the light version because every time I've had my different buyers I've had that look at them, they're pretty comfortable with just having that normal, whatever flat, what you're seeing, the light version. So I've never used the other upgraded versions yet.
So-
So is the light the free one?
The light is the free one. Yep.
I've only used the $15.
Okay.
What you see here is the free version.
Yeah, so I've only used the $15 one. And I think it's great. I mean, either's great, but what I was just showing Tom here, if I can pull it up here. So with the $15 one, like I'm looking at a basement that I did, and the total, it gives me like total square footage, 2299, floor 1, square footage, floor 2, and then it gives me excluded areas, unfinished, storage, unfinished utility, unfinished second kitchen, unfinished second garage, and it gives me those square footages too.
Okay.
So, for me personally, I kind of like having that additional information for $15.
Got it.
And
Don't
so
you get square feet? You get the square feet with the free. You just don't get the overall square feet of the house.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Correct.
So sounds like you could go free with what you're liking.
Yeah. Steven uses free.
I use
And
the
Kate-
free.
Kate's using the 15 because she
So
likes
what
the
are you
other
getting?
data.
But what are you getting for the 15? It sounds like everything you were saying you get on the free.
It
The total
calculates
square feet.
everything.
yeah, it calculates it all together. I don't know. I'm just looking at one page of like on Stevens right there, where it's got floor 1, 2, and 3. On mine with floor 1, 2, and 3, it's just got another section that's got like breakdown of square footage.
I think that is available. He's just looking at the overall. If he looks at the 1x1, it shows it on each 1x1 picture, I believe.
No. Total.
No.
No, I'll include the slides, but on the 15 too, it gives you shaded areas, different things like that. It gives you a little more of a upgrade.
But either are great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just what you're looking for.
Yeah, it's personal preference as far as if you want this style or the 15 with a little more dialed up information on it. Is what it sounds like. So
I'm pretty sure I've gotten the square feet, the overall square feet on the free version.
But then you just keep using that free version.
yeah,
I think
There you
I
go.
did as well on my first one. It might give you like a little teaser because I think my first scan I ever did, it did give me a total finished square foot. But now it doesn't after my other scans.
Well, I've done a
so.
few. Yeah, I'll have to go back and look because, yeah. Anyway, when this first was shown to us a couple years ago, I was all in, ready to pay, and then right away Northstar said it's free, and this to me is the best thing since sliced bread. I love that this is free for us, even though it was only $15. So
Right.
if you're not using it, use this. I'm a huge cheerleader, just like the rest of you who are talking about it.
Our fees are high enough, you might as well.
Exactly.
yeah, you're paying for it either way, but this one, it's nice. So, no, this is a nice ad. It's like I mentioned, I scoured the internet last night or the MLS looking for photos, and there are still a lot of people that don't have this on there as a photo. Maybe they have it in the home, but I know I've represented buyers in the past, and you have too here in the room and online. Your buyers love this. And if this sets you apart and maybe gets you a little more bonus in your commission or whatever have you, add this to your business plan, and it's easy. Doesn't take a whole lot of time, and it's really a nice feature to offer your sellers and to make you stand out. So if those of you, I know there are some of you that maybe have a paid version and you're trying to switch it to the free and things like that, I would reach out to the Northstar MLS and just check with them and see if they can give you any pointers on how to make that free if you've been charged for the light version and things like that. I'm also going to include the CubiCasa website in this as well, because it shows you the different packages that I shared and so on and so forth. But all in all, It's a good tool to have. And let's give a round of applause to Stephen. He did a great job today as our special guest.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen.
And thank you all for attending. And go get it out there, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nate.